So what are we talking about? What's my personal contribution to the ongoing restoration? I don't know. To be really weird yet here, I don't know, to well, an ongoing restoration is so exciting, right? It's this idea that there's always more to know and there's always more that we can handle. So one of the problems with religious movements is that the bigger they get, the more they tend to kind of collapse under their own weight. You incorporate more and more diversity, you get more and more people, and as you know, people are very problematic, so the bigger you are, the more problematic people you have. What I love about the natural world is diversity, and the fact that there are lots of kind of random little animals that have a very specialized existence, like the monarch butterflies that only eat milkweed. They only eat one thing. And then you have, like the hummingbirds, and you've got the different animals, like the frogs in the pond. Without that kind of diversity, there wouldn't be life. And so, what are we in the vast network of human religiosity and truth-seeking? Are the Latter-day Saints like the monarch butterflies? Are we like hummingbirds? Very small but super energetic, always going a mile a minute. It would be hard for me to follow Jesus if I only hung out with Western, liberal, middle-class feminists. Feminist academics. Because there's so much homogeneity there. There'd be no way for me to love the enemies and pray for those who curse me and despitefully use me. And that's not what Jesus was asking us to do. Jesus wasn't asking us to escape the difficulties of the world so that we could have the most racism-free, patriarchy-free, nationalism-free, discomfort-free, health issue-free life possible. That was totally not his jam. He kind of threw himself into the middle of all of his society's stickiest situations, relationships, and conundrums, and kind of said, everyone is supposed to be here. And that's why I think it's so hard to follow Jesus, because no one wants to do what Jesus did. No one wants to do that. I think the gospel that Christ taught was astonishingly basic. Love God, love your neighbor, and everything else kind of is a scaffolding for that. The true and living church isn't just words. It's not just claims. It's not just kind of historical positions. It's also who we are and how true we are in our relationships to each other. And this is the hardest part, I think, because it's one thing to kind of list a number of doctrinal claims, but it's way harder to be a good friend, or to be kind, or to forgive someone who's wronged you. And that's what Jesus asked us to do. Jesus didn't come and lay out long lists of doctrines, which we all had to memorize and adhere to be Jesus' followers. Jesus said, by this shall men know if you are my disciples, if you have love one to another. I think that's what the Latter-day Saints have to offer the world. I think that's worth so much. And despite the various things that come with being a large institution, there are so many things. But the potential that we have as a living body of brothers and sisters is incredible. And I think that's one of the few things that I can think of that can fix the world right now. When you're a cancer patient, you don't want to die, you want to get fixed. And so you're like, please God, fix me. And when you're not getting fixed and you're like, oh no, is it like an effective prayer to God for healing is like entering, the Wi-Fi password, God's Wi-Fi password. And I have not capitalized, one of the letters, and I'm missing a special character. And that was a little concerning for me, because I was like, well, I thought I understood, things, and I thought I knew this God. But I don't think that's how God works. And then I had an experience after that where I did, again, feel incredibly this sense that God knew me and that God was aware of me. So on the other side of that, I haven't lost my faith in God. I've lost a lot of faith in my ability to understand the mind of God, but I think that's okay. I feel more humble, and I feel less nervous when I don't understand things. So why do I want to follow Jesus? I see other people who are examples of Christlike love and service and who have overcome their innate dislike of the person that I am to be really nice and kind to me. And I know that I'm not like easy to love. And I hope that I can be that same kind of person who can, like Jesus, see people who are different from him and still treat them as a brother and sister. That was the cool thing about Jesus.